Hi, welcome back. Or if you're just joining, my name is Maya, and welcome to my channel, Cranleyplace, where I'm focused on Hermès scarf style, knot tutorials, and more. I don't know about you, but it seems a little weird that there are still new designs popping up on some of the Hermès websites, especially given how far we are into the year. But maybe this is a new model for the house to trickle out new designs. At any rate, in this video, I'll continue my coverage of the Hermès Spring-Summer 2023 scarf designs appearing online and review what we know about them so far. If you haven't seen my past episodes on the season, be sure to check those out. Let's get started. This first one is by a Paris-based Australian artist named Liz Sterling. She first started with the house's Petit H Atelier, which has been compared to a lab where the designers reinvent Hermès scraps, so to speak, remnants from older collections or with flaws that make them unsuitable for sale. She's done at least 2 other scarf designs at this point, one called Hot to Trot and the other Silk Up, both bandana size. And in fact, there's also a twilly ring available on some of the Hermès websites that is attributed to her. I think that's the first time I've ever noticed an artist attribution with one of these scarf rings, but it could be just me not paying attention. If you've seen otherwise, let me know in the comments. At any rate, I've only seen this in the one colorway, and I love those striped hems. We'll have to wait and see if other options come available. Index Palmarum, as you may know, was Katie Scott's first scarf with the house, inspired by the 19th century voyages of German botanist Carl Friedrich Philipp von Martius, and issued in 2019. Hermès also issued a 140 centimeter version called Index Palmarum Finesse, which could be considered a GM cousin of this current iteration with its muted colors and neutral feel. Based in London, Katie Scott takes inspiration from nature for her hand-drawn fine line work and digital watercoloring. And as we can see in this design, as well as others she's done for the house, she is highly influenced by plants and anatomy. This Legende version is a 90 centimeter scarf in cashmere, and I've seen it so far in 2 very delicate, summery colorways. This next one, of course, is based on a design of the same name from this season by Daiske Nomura. He was originally discovered by the house through a tie drawing contest organized with the website Design Boom in 2009. This led to his first design with the house in the same skeleton theme that inspired the tie. That scarf you probably know was called C'est la Fête, and if you haven't seen my review of the double-face version, I'll put a link in the upper corner here. Like the prior scarf we just saw, the design is given a very simple graphic treatment. And in fact, Equisse translates to sketch, and that's exactly what we see here. As you may recall, thematically, it features 3 harnesses, one for each of the 3 goddesses of fate of Greek and Roman mythology, who personified the inescapable destiny of humans. This one is also a 90 centimeter cashmere, and so far I've seen it in 2 colorways. Again, very muted in feel. Here's another 90 centimeter scarf, this time in silk twill, by Hermès artisan Pierre, who's been working with the house for several years now. The title translates to Embroidered Legend, celebrating embroidery, which is the craft of decorating fabric or other materials using a needle to apply thread or yarn. The word embroidery comes from the old French word broderie, meaning embellishment. In various forms, embroidery has existed since the production of fabric. While it is practiced across the world, its origin stems from China and the Near East. And in fact, early embroidery can actually be traced back to about 30,000 BC. Archaeological finds from this time reveal fossilized remains of heavily hand-stitched and decorated clothing. This one I've only seen so far in 4 colorways, all with contrast hems, and I'm sure there must be more. This next one revisits a design from a few seasons ago, a 90 centimeter silk twill, which even at the time was very hard to find. Earlier this season, Hermès made it available in a 140 centimeter pleated silk twill, and now here are the unpleated versions in a variety of colorways. The design itself commemorates the bicentenary of the artist's country's independence and celebrates the courage of its compatriots. Unfolding like a flag, letters from the Greek word for freedom are written in a characteristic landscape of the country's three regions: continental Greece, the Peloponnese, and the islands of the Aegean Sea. A lake is superimposed at the center letter, taking the shape of a blue eye, a symbol the Greeks believe as warding off bad luck. Here, it symbolizes the citizens' open gaze regarding their cultural, social, and human heritage. This one is available in at least 5 colorways so far. Beautiful, isn't it? Here's another one by Katie Scott from the 2020 season, originally issued as a 90 centimeter silk twill. This year, Hermès issued it as a plissé GM, which I talked about a few weeks ago, and like Eleftheria, here we now have the unpleated silk twill versions in the same size, 140 centimeters. The Toko toucan is the largest and best-known toucan, and it makes its home in South America's tropical forests. A few fun facts: they can weigh nearly 2 pounds and grow to 25 inches long, with their bill accounting for nearly half of that length. Indigenous peoples regard the bird with a sacred eye. They are traditionally seen as conduits between the world of the living and the spirits. Now, the summer weight GM I've seen in 3 colorways so far. I would really love to see it in the orange version they used for the plissé as well. This next GM we also saw earlier this season in a plissé format. It is a reinvention of the classic Brides de Gala design by Hugo Grygkar, which is one of the most reprised of Hermès' scarf designs, having been issued in multiple sizes and formats since its original introduction in 1957. I love the contrasting color treatment on this. It's like getting a bonus colorway in the same scarf, depending on how you fold it. I also like that in at least some colorways, there's a contrast hem. You may also recall that there is in fact a twilly version of this as well this season. This unpleated scarf I've seen so far in at least 6 colorways. This next one is by an Uruguayan artist and graphic designer named Antonio Carrau. Like many of the newer artists to the house, he was discovered when he became one of the 11 finalists in the Grand Prix d'Hermès, which garnered more than 5,000 entries globally. That encounter culminated in this 140 centimeter silk twill design called Flores del Este, inspired by the flowers in Punta del Este, the seaside city in Uruguay in which he grew up. Drawn in a highly graphical, abstract style, it is very much a study in shape, line, and pattern, which, if you look at this artist's work, is characteristic of his signature style. So far, I've seen this in 4 colorways. So there you have it. More of the Spring-Summer 2023 scarves from Hermès that are appearing online. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and let me know what you think in the comments. In future episodes, I'll share other scarf reviews, tutorials, and more, so be sure to hit that subscribe button to be notified of new videos. Thanks again for joining me today. Until next time.